Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm African Gamer here. So today I actually wanted to make a video, and this is slightly disappointing on my part because I'm kind of bashing Call of Duty again. So I actually made a video not too long ago talking about how skill-based matchmaking got removed and how I feel as if my lobbies are much easier than before and much more populated to the point where there are different branches of levels. So there would be like a level 1, and then there would be like a level 15, a couple level 200s or something. It was just very, like, the variety was real, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say. And now, well, it's painfully back. Skill-based matchmaking decided to make a comeback into Call of Duty Cold War. For me, at least, I feel as if the lobbies are just so much more sweatier than before, than when I posted that video, of course. And it's just been painful, gruesome. So I decided to make this video because I know I'm not the only one who is kind of painfully treading on through this game and wanting a better alternative. So I decided to make this video specifically on the best alternatives to Call of Duty Cold War, so stay tuned. Now, before I continue the video, if you are not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, because at the end of the year, which is in like a day now, if I reach 50 subs, I'll be doing giveaways for free, so it's going to be great. So if you're into that type of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Now let's get into the content. So for today's gameplay, most of you guys are probably not familiar with this game. I know a couple are, a couple have to be, but most of you are not familiar with this game. It's called Warface. I think you guys must have heard of it from bigger YouTubers getting sponsored by them. But Warface is a really solid Call of Duty alternative. Now, Warface is literally everything Call of Duty has done good put into one game. Like, there are a couple iffies, like the servers sometimes are crappy, but at least they do maintenance on them and they get better through time. So huge props to them for that. And in general, this game is just genuinely enjoyable. It reminds me of a Call of Duty, or it reminds me of older COD, and just in general the goodness of Call of Duty with added perks, which I'll be going over in this video. Now, before I dive into more about Warface and another alternative, I wanted to get this out of the way. There was the quote-unquote best alternative, in my opinion, would have been Iron Sight, which is a PC exclusive, but sadly they actually permanently shut down the entire servers and the entire game. So if you go to Steam, or if you go to the website for Iron Sight and try to download it on your computer, sadly it won't work anymore because they decided to shut it down. And it's really sad because I enjoyed that game, and that game was genuinely enjoyable and fun. I kind of wish to see it come back very soon, especially on console. That would be great. But yeah, another thing that I wanted to say is all these games are free. So yeah, who doesn't love free stuff? You might as well try it, because there are no repercussions to trying it. You're not going to be putting like 30, 40, 50, even $60 on these games. They're completely free. So make sure to keep that in mind. So I want to get Warface out of the way first. So Warface is a Call of Duty style multiplayer first-person shooter game, and let me say this now: the maps on this game are amazing. The graphics are, I would say, they're subpar. They're good enough for me. To some, they might not be the best, but in my opinion, they're okay. I don't necessarily look into a video game and see the graphics and just acknowledge them as much as the gameplay. For example, Battlefield 5, the gameplay is okay, but the graphics are insane, right? I'm not gonna just play the game for the graphics. I want to play it for the gameplay, which is why I don't care about the graphics too much. But that's just me, I guess. Now for the guns, well, Warface, okay, there's so much to do with the guns in this game, it's insane. You have a lot of grind to do. You can unlock all the weapons. You can also unlock a bunch of attachments that span out through a different amount of weapons. And in the gameplay, I don't know, in the gameplay somewhere, I have a example of that, where in mid-game, you can switch your attachments on your gun, which is insane to me. Now this should be in Call of Duty, to be honest, because this system, this method is genius, and whoever created it, man, you better get a raise, because you can switch sites. Like, let's say you're not a huge fan of the site that you chose. In mid-game, you can crouch, you can like camp somewhere, and you can switch the attachment while looking at the gun. It's like Crisis style, you know, if you guys have ever played Crisis. But in general, like the customization in this game is amazing. As I said before, yeah, the graphics are subpar, but now I want to talk about the maps. All these maps seem to be original, as I have not seen any of them in any other game. Some might have taken just a little bit from like Call of Duty. For example, I think Street Wars, it somewhat reminds me of Nuketown, but a little larger version of Nuketown. Other than that, that's the only similarity I can have with the maps, and the maps in general are just really, really solid and very replayable and enjoyable. So that's what I have to say about the maps. I highly recommend you guys try this out. But now let's move on to movement and just the feel of the game. So in my opinion, this is a slight downgrade from Cold War and just Call of Duty in general, but it's still pretty solid. I mean, the movement feels like, if you're just coming from Cold War for the very first time to Warface, the movement's gonna feel a little clunky, not as smooth as Cold War, but then again, the movement is still really solid. You still have that sliding ability, and what I love almost the most is the fact that you can switch your sticks, or you can switch your button layout to tactical, so then you don't have to always click B. You don't only click B to, you know, slide. You can slide with the thumbstick, so there's that in the settings also, and it's kind of a mirror of Call of Duty, but a better mirror in my opinion. Now when it comes to that, they do have some sort of microtransactions, but not like how not with like DLCs or whatever. They do have a couple though, but you don't necessarily need them to enjoy the game, which I love to see. On top of this, now I want to talk about the grind. The grind is really good. I feel like the grind in this game is really rewarding and also just enjoyable to mess around with. And I highly I can't say this enough. This game is just great, especially the grind. It's like not too hard to grind for, but at the same time, it's like it's rewarding, and pretty much the grind is really solid. I'm gonna say that over and over again. So that's the grind. I almost forgot. There are 3 different things you can grind for, and you select them at a time. So you can select, okay, let's say you want to level up weapons and get new weapons. Well, you're gonna have to select somewhere. I want to select weapons. Then from there, only all the XP is specifically gonna go to unlocking new weapons. Then you can select attachments if you want attachments, and vice versa. It works for all 3. And there are also special vests you can get, and you can level those up to get different types of vests. I think that accounts for armor also, so that's great. Now I would say this is the final part of the Warface part of things, and it would be the classes. Now, unlike Call of Duty, this game actually has classes with different types of weapons within it. For example, the infantry class is just ARs, so M4, Galil AR, just assault rifles in general, and also some LMGs are in the infantry class, and your main ability is to give yourself and also your teammates ammunition. Now that's so you can't use ARs with other types of classes, so keep that in mind. Now the next one's medic, and the medic is they have a diffuser, and they also have unlimited health, or they can have unlimited health since they do have the diffuser thing to allow them to get health and also give their teammates health. And the only weapon that they can run is shotguns, and that's the medic. Usually in other games they run submachine guns, but in this case it's kind of vice versa with the engineer. And to be honest, the engineer is possibly my favorite category in this, because well, they run submachine guns, they also get armor plates, and I'll explain that a little later. Now the other classes, there would be a sniper class, and the sniper class obviously only runs sniper rifles, and I don't think they have a special ability. I don't use them too much, but they don't have special abilities like the other 2 I talked about. So there's that, and the other one would be an SED, and this is like really special. This is a minigun robot, I guess, and pretty much what this does is you spawn in as a robot and you have a minigun on you. It does have unlimited ammo, but it does overheat over time, so you're gonna have to like balance your shots. Also, there is no like ADS on it, so like the first few shots will be a little inaccurate, but then as you shoot, the spread gets tighter and you pretty much get a really solid accurate weapon. I don't necessarily use these too much because there's not much grind to them, and on top of that, it's just I don't like it, to be honest. I don't like the fact that I can't ADS with it. Now finally, there is the engineer. Now my favorite class, as I said before. Why I say this? Well, they're running SMGs, which are extremely low recoil, fast firing, and moderate damage weapons. Also, the gun variety is pretty solid in this. On top of that, their ability is pretty powerful. They get a claymore, so for one, they get a claymore. They only get one claymore per respawn, so there's that. But also they get armor plates, so they're in charge of armor plates, so you can go to your teammates, and if they need armor, you can plug that in to them. Or if you need armor, let's say you took some damage, you can put that on you, and that could be the lifesaver in a battle, you know? That could be the game winner, you don't know. So that's why I love the engineer the most, and in general, it's just the best class out of all of them, in my opinion. Now, keep this in mind, this is about the XP before I end off the Warface side of things. When it comes to the XP, it doesn't matter what class you're using. If you choose to level up to get new weapons, you could be playing as a SED or an infantry. It doesn't matter, as long as you're playing the game, getting kills and doing good, it'll level you up and you can unlock that gun in no time. So there's that. It's pretty amazing. This system is very nice. Also, I don't think they implemented skill-based matchmaking, but if they did, it's extremely light, because this game is out of, like, I enjoy this game so much. I have not put more hours into this than Call of Duty, but I'll probably like ditch Call of Duty for this game. Like, that's how good it is. It's everything Call of Duty did good, but better in a way. So I highly recommend you try this out. Obviously, I'm not like sponsored or anything, so yeah. Now, since the video is quite long for what it is, I'm actually going to make the other two games, I guess, in a different video, or the other game in a different video. So I guess stay tuned for that. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and also subscribe so you do not miss out on any new content that I drop. Also, let's reach 50 subs by the end of the year, as that might be impossible since it's like in a day from now. But if we do, I mean, I'm going to be pushing out giveaways in an insane way. So stay tuned for that. Nonetheless, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
All a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.